Las Vegas. Right hand by Wilfred Benitez scores. Final seconds of the 12th round, and we'll be back in just a moment. Getting set for round 13. Sam Rosen and Al Bernstein bringing you Super Bouts, the WBC welterweight championship on the line. The champion Wilfred Benitez in the blue, the challenger Sugar Ray Leonard in the white. Al, unofficially, what do you think as far as scoring goes?
I think Sugar Ray Leonard's probably ahead in this fight, heading into the final rounds, and except for some really good middle to later rounds that Benitez had, Sugar Ray has used his hand speed and combination punching to give him the edge, I believe.
Benitez has shown flashes. Good combination by Sugar Ray Leonard, the left hook scoring. Benitez has shown flashes at times, but he's never really sustained an attack and never been able to hurt Sugar Ray Leonard.
He's not been comfortable in the center of the ring with Sugar Ray. The reach and the hand speed of Sugar Ray has given him lots of problems. Good straight left hand by Leonard. Now there, Benitez wants to lure Leonard in while he's on the ropes, and look at how wary Sugar Ray is of that. He remembers what happened to Palomino and Harold Weston.
Sugar Ray being very cautious and trying to draw Benitez back into the middle of the ring. Benitez waving Sugar Ray Leonard toward the ropes. Let's see whose will win out here. Benitez missing with that jab. He's just pawing with it. And past the midway point of round 13.
For Sugar Ray Leonard, you can see what a canny fighter he is, even at the age of 23. The fact is, he would not be lured in by Benitez. He holds his ground and waits for an opportunity.
Scores with the jab and then backs up.
And he has now got Wilfred Benitez back in the center of the ring. So that little skirmish really won by Sugar Ray Leonard.
You think Benitez has been surprised by the way Sugar Ray Leonard has fought this fight?
I think he's been surprised by Leonard's power and by his own inability to hit Leonard. I'm sure Sugar Ray has found Benitez even more elusive than he thought, too. He has really not landed that many solid shots, but more than Benitez.
Half a minute to go in the 13th round. Short combination for Sugar Ray Leonard. Left hook works. It's been the best punch for Sugar Ray in this fight. Final seconds of round 13. Getting set for round 14. Again, Sugar Ray Leonard ready to bounce into the middle of the ring. Wilfred Benitez just a little slow coming out of the corner. Benitez the champion, Leonard the challenger.
And after each round, early in the fight, they were staring at each other, and now it has given way to kind of a mutual admiration society. They both nod and smile at the end of each round as if to say, yeah, did a good job.
I thought Leonard had a good round in round 13.
He did have an excellent round, and he refused to be lured into the traps that Benitez tried to set for him, coming in and getting counterpunched as Benitez laid against the ropes.
Carlos Padilla is the referee for this 15-round title bout.
Toward the end of the round, Benitez in the last round landed a good kind of left hook uppercut, and it's a punch he's tried to use throughout, but that was the first good one that landed. There's a good left hook.
And Sugar Ray Leonard able to counter with a left hook of his own.
The big difference, I think, really has been that Benitez is just not hitting as hard as Leonard. He's just not hurting Sugar Ray at all, and Sugar Ray has shown the capacity to at least stun Benitez.
More infighting in the last couple of rounds. We saw earlier, nice left hook by Sugar Ray Leonard. And the combination scores for Sugar Ray. That's the midway point of round 14. Leonard touching the forehead, looking for blood. That could be blood from the cut on the forehead of Wilfred Benitez,
which is still occasionally trickling some blood, but it hasn't been the problem in terms of his vision that we thought it might earlier in the fight. Both fighters have abandoned their body work in the last couple of rounds, not as much as they had in the middle rounds.
Benitez back up against the ropes and working well off the ropes this time.
That time he landed a good left hand. Sugar Ray kind of forgot and came plowing in.
This is round 14. The blood trickling down the forehead of the champion, Wilfred Benitez. Nice body work by Sugar Ray Leonard. His flurries to the body, scoring points. Less than half a minute to go in the 14th round. Sugar Ray has paced himself very well.
And still looks strong. And of course, as we said, this is the longest he has ever been.
Final seconds of round 14. Good left hook scores for the champion Wilfred Benitez, but it's been one punch at a time for Benitez. We'll be right back. Set for round 15, the final round of this championship bout. Wilfred Benitez, the title on the line. Sugar Ray Leonard, the challenger. Benitez was down in round 3. And though it's a fairly close fight, Al, I think Sugar Ray Leonard has a big enough lead to the point where Benitez may need a knockout to retain the title.
I think that's a reasonable statement. Sugar Ray has used his hand speed and his better power, I think, throughout in this fight to gain the advantage.
Good combination work by Sugar Ray Leonard as he comes out aggressively here in the 15th round.
For Benitez, some risks need to be taken. He did earlier in the fight, and in rounds 10 and 11, and to an extent in round 12, and it paid some dividends for him.
Some very effective body work by Sugar Ray Leonard in this fight.
He too shifted his attack downstairs when he realized that Benitez was not all that easy to hit to the head.
Again, you see the work to the body by both fighters. Benitez has had his moments, but brief in this fight, where he's looked like the champion he is.
And, you know, Sam, this battle on the inside, the one that I think Benitez needed to win, has not really gone his way. He's done some effective work in there, but Sugar Ray has more than held his own.
Good hand speed on the part of Sugar Ray Leonard throughout the fight. Benitez very tough now. Good left hook by Wilfred Benitez. The champion going hard now as we're past the midway point in round 15.
Those two good left hooks, an example, they had no real impact on Sugar Ray. Two excellent punches, and Ray wasn't moved.
The blood on the forehead of Wilfred Benitez from a collision of heads in the 6th round. But his corner has done a good work, and you see tremendous work to the body by Sugar Ray Leonard as he keeps up a constant attack on Wilfred Benitez. Great pressure by Leonard, who has paced himself well in this fight. Benitez seems to be a little tired at this point, maybe more than a little tired.
And there again, the left hook of Benitez, but that punch just not having an impact on Sugar Ray.
And down goes Benitez. With less than half a minute to go in the fight, Wilfred Benitez goes down from a left hand. You see the blood on the forehead. Benitez smiling to the crowd, but he looks very shaky here. A very tired champion, Wilfred Benitez, taking the mandatory 8 count, trying to cover up as Sugar Ray Leonard goes all out. Carlos Padilla steps in and stops the fight. And Sugar Ray Leonard is the new WBC welterweight champion of the world as he stops Wilfred Benitez with just seconds to go in the 15th round to take away the welterweight title. What a fight by Sugar Ray Leonard.